Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of Russ Can Fly. I'm really hoping you watch this video to the very end because I'm very excited to talk about some people who have inspired me in this whole pilot journey. Please watch through the end because these folks are awesome. All right, cue the flying video! Okay, so before anything, of course, I want to give my subscriber shout out to Durango Doug 45. Durango Doug, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Listen, I really appreciate, you supporting the channel. It means a lot to me, especially during this time where I'm really not providing a whole lot of flying content. It's a lot of me just talking, but nevertheless, you decided to subscribe to the channel. That I am very appreciative of. All right, let's get into it. Oh, and real quick before I start talking about these awesome pilots who've inspired me, as you can see, it is gone. Yes, the tree is gone. I'm definitely sad about that. And really, this is all that's left. And actually, I have to move this mulch and plant some grass, but yeah, the tree is gone. And I had to move the trampoline back there, so I'm going to have to figure out what to do with my windsock. But enough of that. We talked about the tree in the last video. I want to talk about these awesome people. So this first person I'm talking about is at the top of my list, and it is not by mistake. This woman is absolutely awesome, a giant in my mind, definitely a giant in aviation history, and a huge giant in American history. So a sister by the name of Bessie Coleman, C-O-L-E-M-A-N. You absolutely should Google Miss Bessie Coleman if you've never heard of her. Her story is absolutely amazing. Somebody, I mean, we're talking about way back in the day in history. And as you can see, I have a few clips from a YouTube video that I found about Miss Coleman, but huge in aviation, wanted to be a pilot at a time where there were no African-American female pilots, period. None of the flight schools in America would train her. So not only did she go to France to go take flight lessons, she learned French in order to do it. I mean, that is just crazy when you think about, the power of the human spirit. So Bessie Coleman is somebody who looms very large in my flight career, and somebody that I definitely think about every time I get into the cockpit. I stand on some very broad shoulders as it relates to this aviation history. Of course, I can talk about the Red Tails, and the Tuskegee Airmen who have paved the way for me to do what I can do. But when I really think about somebody who absolutely inspires, the story of Miss Bessie Coleman definitely looms large on my radar screen. So Bessie Coleman, I pray that you are resting well in heaven. I thank you, Miss Bessie Coleman, for what you've done for all of us African Americans in aviation history. And I thank you for what you've done in terms of American history. Bessie Coleman, I salute you. Now this next person, I don't actually know the gentleman's name and I've never met him, but I am dying to meet this guy. But he runs a YouTube channel called Over 50 and Learning to Fly. Now, yes, I will freely admit I am in fact over 50 and I am learning to fly. And I actually Googled learning to fly over 50 because I was concerned. Look, am I too old? Should I really be doing this? And the fact that I even asked that question actually really bugs me, because you're never too old to do anything. Listen, I saw a woman who was 100 years old run a 100-yard dash. So I'm just saying, the young people don't get to have all the fun. Just saying. But at any rate, Over 50 and Learning to Fly is a pilot, and again, I don't know the gentleman's name, but he has absolutely inspired me because he took me out of this mindset that you know, learning to fly is something that only 17-year-olds can do, or you can only be in your 20s or 30s or whatever, that this was actually accessible to me as well. And as you can see in some of his YouTube video clips, and he has several, he talks about, listen, get yourself out of your own way. Get yourself out of this box mentality of what you can't do because you're a certain age or something like that. And the other thing that I loved about that is it made me look at aviation in a larger context. Look, aviation belongs to all of us. We all partake in it in some sort of form or fashion. And so if I was interested in it, age shouldn't matter. As long as I'm healthy enough to have a medical certification, there's no reason why I shouldn't be doing it. So over 50 and learning to fly, thank you for your inspiration. You have definitely inspired me to take this on, and I'm with it. And I'm in it to win it, baby. Yeah. So this next gentleman, I have not actually met in person, but I have met him through, and I kept making a mistake in my last video. I kept saying the Black Pilots Association. It is not the Black Pilots Association, and this gentleman gently reminded me, or let me know that, you know, it's the BPA stands for Black Pilots of America. So I apologize for the mistake. BPA, Black Pilots of America. And through BPA, this gentleman has been providing us with, I mean, awesome education. And so definitely wanted to take my hat off to Victor Castro. Victor Castro has been providing us, and as you can see in this video clip, this is an actual ground school lesson that he has been leading for the Black Pilots of America, and anybody who wants to be involved in it. In fact, if you are interested in being a part or learning more about the Black Pilots of America, or you're interested in even being part of this ground school, if you are interested in, you know, hearing what we're talking about in this ground school, and because we're all in the same status, shoot a comment down below, and I'll make sure you get in contact with the person who is running these. So Victor Castro, what an amazing individual. I mean, this guy knows his stuff. I mean, this is a pilot's pilot. Every time I'm on this ground school Zoom meeting, I learn at least 2 or 3 things. I try to at least catch at least one, because it's just so much information. But I definitely learned so much through this Victor Castro. And the thing about it is, the thing I love about, you know, the Victor Castros of the world is that they are just so brilliant but humble at the same time. So you feel like these people who have all this knowledge are accessible. And I don't know about you, this piloting thing, learning to fly, it's still very intimidating to me. There's so much that I don't understand. There's so much to learn, and some of this stuff is extremely complex. Victor Castro is able to break this down and make it digestible to people who are definitely newbies to this thing. Remember, I've only got 14 hours of flight time, so understanding some of these complex concepts is indeed difficult. But Mr. Castro makes it accessible. So Victor Castro, brother, thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do for the Black Pilots of America. And thank you for helping a brother like me understand a lot of these complex concepts. Hats off to you, brother. Now, this next person is just awesome. I've never met this brother, but I have to meet him. This brother named Airway Jay. Airway Jay has his own YouTube channel too. And as you can see, here's some clips that I've actually taken from his YouTube channel. Airway Jay has been a big supporter of mine even before I understood what it was to have supporters. He has been, you know, definitely helping me out. Subscribe to the channel, sends a comment, and all of those types of things. And he's definitely been a huge supporter of Russ Can Fly. But here's the thing, Airway Jay inspires me because this brother's radio skills are impeccable. I mean, if you can see in this video clip, you know, a lot of times when you're watching his videos, and you should definitely check out his YouTube channel, he's flying this like small Cessna, and I believe it's a 172. It may be a 182, but it's a small plane. This dude is flying this small general aviation aircraft amongst jets. I mean, literally, as you see him out in the field and he's taxiing to a runway, there are like major airline jets. I'm talking about the big boys who were up in Class A airspace, and he is like in the mix. And when you hear his radio, and I'm telling you, you should check out his YouTube channel. When you check out Airway Jay's radio calls and the way he communicates with ATC, because he's actually at a towered airport, I mean, it is amazing. So I definitely am working to be like my brother Airway Jay. You guys, some people want to be like Mike. Yeah, Mike is nice with the round ball and kind of stuff, but he ain't nice like Airway Jay on that radio. I'm just saying. So hey, brother Airway Jay, thank you for inspiring a brother. Thank you for what you do. Keep flying. One day we will definitely be in the cockpit together, brother. All right, thank you, Airway Jay. Now, this next person I came about, you know, and she absolutely inspires me as well, and I completely found her by mistake. Miss Amy White. Now, Amy White flies a Cessna 150. Now, I think in the Cessna line, I believe the 150 is like the smallest plane that you can get in that Cessna line. It's tiny. I mean, I've seen these things. They say it's a two-seater. Really, if you think you could get two people in there comfortably, I don't think so. And in fact, I was going to take my flight training in the Cessna 150 because, of course, it was the cheapest. And my CFI basically said, dude, with the two of us, we're kind of husky, the thing would never get off the ground. It's small. But Amy White, you know, for whatever reason, I was, you know, tooling around on YouTube, and here's a few clips from her YouTube channel. I found Amy White on her YouTube channel, and you should check her out. Amy White was flying this Cessna 150, this tiny, tiny little airplane across the country. What? Now, if you've never seen these airplanes before, if you saw how small this airplane was, you would get a better appreciation of what it is that Amy White is able to accomplish. I mean, flying a Cessna 150 across the country is just absolutely bananas. But she does it, and she is an awesome pilot. So, yes, I find my inspirations from all kinds of sources. And Amy White is one of those people that we may never meet. She may never know that I exist. But the fact that I've seen her do what she does, it has inspired me to continue on my journey. So Amy White, I'm hoping that at some point you do get to see that I'm showing you some love, sister, because you have definitely inspired a brother to make this pilot thing happen. Keep flying, sis. Now, this is another brother that I have never met him, and I don't know his real name, but I met him through his YouTube channel. This brother is an awesome pilot as well. And, you know, I am surprised that the caliber of pilots who have decided to support me in my little endeavors, in my little piddly YouTube channel. But this brother, Captain Osho, has supported me from the very beginning. He was one of the first, big time pilots. And this dude is a big time pilot. He supported my channel right from the word go. Captain Osho also inspires me because he's doing something that I absolutely want to do. As you can see in this video clip from his YouTube channel, and you should definitely check it out, he flies with kids, and I forget the name of his program. I think it's like Urban Flight or Urban Flyers or something like that. At any rate, I think that is awesome. I am so hungry to share this aviation experience with kids from the inner city, folks like me who Never knew this existed until I stumbled upon this, like literally, you know, 2 years ago on a humbug. And so the Captain Oshos of the world inspire me because they are doing exactly what I would like to do. Inspire others to take on this aviation journey. And not everybody who gets involved in aviation has to be a pilot. One of the things I'm seeing is you can be a mechanic, you can be air traffic control, you can do a number of different things. So what I would like to do, just like Captain Osho does, is just introduce people to this as a possible option, be it general aviation for, you know, just your own personal, I love doing this, or as a career choice, as a real career path for people who, but for, you know, the Captain Oshos of the world, never would have known this existed. So Captain Osho, brother, thank you for the support. And more importantly, thank you for what you do for the community in terms of raising awareness about general aviation and bringing other young people into it. I definitely have mad love for you on that. So Captain Osho, you're the man. Thank you, homie. And so there's really so many other people I wish I could talk about. I mean, the list just goes on and on. I didn't want this video to be too long, and I realized I had about 15 to 20 people on my list. But you know, I only have but so much time. But I just wanted to give you just a small taste of the people that I feel that are part of my aviation journey village. And again, many of these people I've never met, and many of them I may never meet. And in fact, many of them don't even know I exist. You know, just a small YouTuber. Some of those folks are, you know, huge. I mean, you know, they've got millions of subscribers and all that kind of stuff. And they've been at aviation for longer than I probably ever will be. But really, if one of their goals by creating their channel was to inspire people like me, then I just wanted to tell all of them, mission accomplished. I want to say to all of those folks who are out there doing what you do, making flight vlogs or teaching ground schools or whatever it is that you're doing, please keep doing it, because there's somebody like me out there that may be sitting on their couch popping around Google or YouTube or Facebook or one of these other social media platforms, and they just happen upon you, and you may plant a seed in them that grows to this, you know, amazing journey. All of the folks that I've mentioned in this video have done exactly that for me. I'm flying and will continue to fly because of all of those people and more. All those people that I talked about in the video, and some of the other ones that because of time, I'm not able to get to. So thank you all for what you do. I definitely want to again thank the Black Pilots of America for continuing with our ground school. It has been an amazing addition to everything that's going on. To all the people who have subscribed to the channel and have taken the time to send a comment or whatever, I really do thank you, because it has helped me stay focused and not want to give up. So with that, that's it. I thank you for staying with me on this crazy journey. If you have not subscribed and you know you dig this content, I would ask that you definitely subscribe to the channel so I can keep on keeping on with this journey. All right, take care. Mad love to you all. Continue to be safe and social distance. Mad love to my aviation community and all of my heroes and sheroes that have come before me, that have paved the way for me to be able to do this thing called becoming a pilot. Russ Kid, I'm out, baby. Peace.